Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today, instead of talking about the latest gadgets or hot trends, we're going to delve into the most powerful tool we possess. A tool capable of helping us make better decisions, solve problems more effectively, and see the world more clearly. That is how we think. Although we all think, the quality of our thinking varies greatly. And in a world drowning in information and rapid change, the ability to think effectively is more valuable than ever. Especially for young and middle-aged people facing countless challenges and opportunities in their careers and families in America. Cultivating these thinking skills is essential. And today, we're going to explore skills to help you think more, helping you not just think more, but think better. Dear friends, we often think that thinking ability is something innate, or reserved only for people with special brains. But cognitive science has proven that effective thinking is a set of skills that can be learned and practiced. Just like you learn to play a musical instrument or a sport. In the context of 2025, with the explosion of AI, vast amounts of information, and not always accurate, and rapid changes in all fields, having sharp thinking skills is extremely important. It helps us not be swept away by misinformation, make wiser decisions for our careers and families, and adapt to unexpected things. Think carefully, act wisely, an older generation wisely says. And spending time and effort to train how to think will bring wisdom and effectiveness in action. So, what specific thinking skills should young and middle-aged people focus on practicing right now to help you think more and think better? Let's delve into each skill, with concrete examples in our work and family lives, and also ways you can start practicing them. First, a foundational skill is critical thinking. This is the ability to analyze information objectively, identify flaws, biases, and make judgments based on reason and evidence. Why is critical thinking important in this era? Because we are living in a world full of information. From social media, news, advertisements, to advice from friends and colleagues. Critical thinking helps you not easily believe everything you hear, but know how to ask questions, verify information, and form your own opinions. Example in work, when you receive a report or proposal from a colleague or superior. Critical thinking helps you not accept it immediately, but ask questions about the data source, analysis method, and the logic of the argument. This helps you make more accurate assessments of projects or strategies. When analyzing market trends, critical thinking helps you look at data objectively, identify factors that can cause distortion. Example in family, when reading news on social media about health issues for children. Critical thinking helps you verify information from reliable sources, e.g. doctors, reputable health organizations, instead of believing unverified shares. When making major purchasing decisions for the family, critical thinking helps you carefully evaluate options based on actual needs and budget. Instead of being influenced by advertising or popular opinion. Resolving family conflicts by listening and analyzing each person's perspective objectively. How to practice critical thinking. Start by asking the question, why, for things you hear or read. Seek multiple sources of information on the same issue. Practice analyzing articles or debates to identify arguments and evidence. Learn about common logical fallacies to avoid making or being influenced by them. The second skill, the one that helps you find your way in a maze, is problem solving. This is the ability to identify a problem, analyze its cause, find and evaluate possible solutions, and implement an effective solution. Why is problem-solving skill important? Because life is always full of challenges and difficulties. From small daily issues to larger ones in career and family. The ability to solve problems helps you not be paralyzed by difficulty, but proactively find ways to overcome it. Example in work. When facing a problem that arises in a project, problem-solving skill helps you not panic, but clearly identify what the problem is, its root cause. Then brainstorm multiple solutions, evaluate the pros and cons of each solution, and choose the optimal plan to implement. When resolving customer complaints, this skill helps you understand the customer's problem deeply and provide a solution that satisfies them. Example in family. When children have conflicts with friends, problem-solving skill helps you guide them on how to identify the problem. Listen to each side, and together find a peaceful solution. When the family faces unexpected financial difficulties, problem-solving skill helps you analyze the situation, find feasible solutions, e.g. cutting expenses, finding additional income, and create an action plan. How to practice problem-solving skill. When facing a problem, take time to clearly define what the problem is. Use techniques like a fishbone diagram to find the root cause. Practice brainstorming techniques to generate many different solution ideas. Apply the decision matrix method to evaluate options based on certain criteria. Learn to look at problems from different angles. The third skill, the one that brings breakthrough, is creative thinking. This is the ability to generate new, unique ideas, and connect seemingly unrelated things to find new solutions. Why is creative thinking important? Because in a rapidly changing world, old ways of doing things may no longer be effective. Creative thinking helps you find new paths, unique solutions to old problems, and adapt to unprecedented situations. Example in work. Creative thinking helps you come up with fresh marketing campaigns, different from competitors. Find groundbreaking ways to improve work processes, increase efficiency, or develop unique products, services that meet unexploited market needs. Example in family. Creative thinking helps you find new ways to connect with family members, e.g. organizing unique, theme nights. Come up with creative solutions to everyday household problems more effectively and less expensively. Turn boring chores into fun games for children. How to practice creative thinking. Dedicate time to brainstorming comfortably, without judging initial ideas. Expose yourself to different fields and ideas. Read books outside your expertise. Visit museums. Listen to new music. Practice free association of concepts or words. Make time for activities that help your mind relax, walking in nature, drawing, playing music. Difficulty sparks ingenuity. Sometimes facing difficult situations forces you to think creatively to find solutions. The fourth skill, the one that helps you reason soundly, is logical reasoning. This is the ability to understand cause and effect relationships, draw valid conclusions from available information, and identify inaccurate or contradictory arguments. Why is logical reasoning important? Because it helps you make judgments based on reason and evidence, avoiding being deceived or making wrong decisions based on emotion or inaccurate information. Example in work. Logical reasoning helps you analyze sales data to understand why sales increased or decreased. Evaluate the feasibility of a project based on known factors. Identify weaknesses in a contract or agreement. Example in family. Logical reasoning helps you explain to your children the consequences of their actions. Assess whether your partner's argument is logical and reasonable. Make family financial decisions based on objective analysis of options. How to practice logical reasoning. Practice logic puzzles or riddles. Read articles or books on philosophy or formal logic. Analyze arguments in debates or speeches to identify fallacies. Practice thinking in if then, or because, therefore, structures. The fifth skill, the one that helps you understand how you are thinking, is metacognition. This is the ability to think about your own thinking process. Being aware of how you learn, how you solve problems, and how you react. Why is metacognition important? Because by understanding how you think, you can adjust that process to think more effectively. Recognize weaknesses in your thinking and improve them. Example in work. Metacognition helps you realize that you learn best through practice. So when starting a new task, you will focus on trying it out rather than just reading theory. When facing difficulty in solving a problem, metacognition helps you pause, review how you are approaching the problem, and try a different method. Example in family. Metacognition helps you recognize which emotions often cause you to react negatively in conversations with your partner or children, so you can learn to regulate those emotions. It helps you look back at how you handled a difficult parenting situation and learn from it for next time. How to practice metacognition. Take time to reflect on how you learned something new, or how you solved a problem. Journal about your thoughts and feelings. Ask yourself questions about your own thinking process. What am I thinking? Why am I thinking this way? Get feedback from others on how you think or solve problems. The sixth skill, the one that helps you see the big picture, is systems thinking. This is the ability to understand how different components in a system interact. See complex cause and effect relationships, and anticipate unintended consequences. Why is systems thinking important? Because our lives and work all take place within complex systems. Family is a system. A company is a system. The economy is a system. Understanding how parts interact helps you make better decisions and avoid creating new problems when trying to solve existing ones. Example in work. Systems thinking helps you understand that changing a process in your department can affect the efficiency of other departments. Seeing the big picture of how the company operates, from supply chain to marketing and sales, helps you contribute more effectively to overall goals. Anticipating the potential consequences of implementing new technology on the entire company system. Example in family. Systems thinking helps you understand that stress from parents' work can affect children's mood and the family atmosphere. Seeing how family members interact with each other forms a loop, and finding ways to change that loop to improve relationships. Understanding how family financial decisions affect everyone and shared goals. How to practice systems thinking. Draw diagrams of the systems you are a part of, family, company. Identify the components and their connections. Look for feedback loops in situations, e.g., work stress leads to irritability at home, affecting family relationships, increasing work stress. Read books on systems thinking or related fields like environment, economics. The seventh skill, the one that integrates everything to make decisions, is decision-making. This is the ability to use all other thinking skills to make wise choices and take appropriate action. Why is decision-making important? Because life is full of choices, from small to large. Effective decision-making helps you stay on the right path in your career and personal life, minimize risks, and achieve your goals. Key components include identifying the problem or opportunity, gathering relevant information, using critical thinking, brainstorming options, using creative thinking, evaluating pros and cons of each option, using logical thinking, systems thinking, making the decision, and evaluating the outcome. The mechanism. An effective decision-making process integrates all other thinking skills to choose the optimal option based on your information and goals. Example in work: deciding which project to invest in, which candidate to hire for a position, or changing marketing strategy. All require sharp decision-making skills. Example in family: deciding where to buy a house, which school to choose for children, or how to allocate family finances are all important decisions that require careful thought. How to practice decision-making. When facing an important decision, take time to clearly define what your goal is. List all possible options. Use a pros and cons table for each option. Consider potential risks. After making a decision, take time to evaluate the outcome to learn for next time. Connecting thinking skills to success and well-being. Practicing these thinking skills doesn't just make you smarter in a traditional sense, it also helps you live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. These skills help you solve problems more effectively at work, leading to career advancement and greater satisfaction. They help you communicate better and resolve conflicts in the family, building deeper relationships. They help you make wiser financial decisions, reducing stress, and most importantly, they help you understand yourself and the world around you better, bringing inner peace. Practicing these thinking skills is a continuous journey. Like exercising a muscle, the more you practice, the stronger they become. Start with one skill you feel is most necessary or interesting right now. Dedicate a few minutes each day or week to practice, e.g., spend 5 minutes analyzing a news article, 10 minutes brainstorming solutions for a small problem. Don't get discouraged if it feels difficult at first. Perseverance is key. Difficulty sparks ingenuity. Facing challenges will help you develop your thinking abilities. However, if you are experiencing serious difficulty in thinking clearly, making decisions, or if negative thought patterns are causing anxiety, depression, and affecting your daily life, do not hesitate to seek professional help. A cognitive behavioral therapist can help you identify and change ineffective thought patterns. A counselor can support you in the decision-making process, or an adult educator can guide you on effective learning methods. Seeking support is not a sign of weakness, it is a smart investment in your cognitive health. Without a teacher, you can't succeed. Sometimes we need professional guidance to overcome barriers in thinking. Dear friends, in the complex world of 2025 and beyond, equipping yourself with sharp thinking skills is essential to not only survive but also thrive. By seeing thinking as a skill that can be developed and continuously learned, you are empowering yourself to make better decisions, solve problems more effectively, and live a more conscious and meaningful life. Don't hesitate to share which thinking skill you feel is most important to focus on right now. The challenges you face when trying to think clearly. What methods you have used to improve your thinking ability. Or any questions in the comments section below. Our community is here to learn, share, and support each other on the journey of enhancing our thinking capabilities. And if you found this video helpful and want to discover more secrets to improving your thinking skills, self-development, and building a more meaningful life, don't forget to hit the like button, share it, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video.